Welcome to Cheater Confessions. Let's get started with today's story. I still remember the night Christine told me about Cancun. We were making dinner when she said it as if she was talking about the weather. So, she began, tossing the salad, the girls and I finally booked the Bachelorette trip. 5 days in Cancun. Pool parties, beach clubs, the whole thing. Oh, and before you say anything, yes, we're having male strippers one night. Don't be controlling, Ronald. She said it with a laugh, but her eyes were sharp, waiting for my reaction. Cancun? Sounds nice. When are you leaving? Second week of next month, she said. You'll survive without me for a few days. I'll manage, I replied. But I thought we agreed to keep it low-key. Just something simple with friends. Christine rolled her eyes. That was before Megan found this deal. Everything's paid for, and honestly, it's harmless fun. Every bride does it. You trust me, right? There it was. The question that wasn't really a question. I do, I said. Have an amazing time. She smiled like she'd won an argument. Good. I knew you weren't one of those jealous types. Then, almost as an afterthought, she added, and don't plan your bachelor party that same week. It'll be weird if we're both gone. Why would that be weird? I asked. Because I said so, she said, laughing again. You'll probably just go golfing anyway. I smiled and nodded. Yeah, probably. But something inside me shifted that night. It wasn't about the strippers or Cancun. It was about how easily she decided for both of us, how she expected me to stay home while she partied like she was single. Later, while she scrolled through dresses online, I texted my best friend, Victor. Bachelor weekend moved to the second week of next month. But that's her trip, he replied. Exactly, I sent back. Trust me. It's time for a little balance. I set the phone down and looked across the room. Christine was humming, completely unaware that the story had just changed. 2 days later, I called her father. Harold had always liked me, maybe more than Christine realized. He was the kind of man who believed in calm words and firm handshakes, the opposite of his daughter's constant need for attention. Ronald, my boy, he said when he picked up. How's the wedding planning going? Mostly done, I said. Actually, I wanted to ask about something you mentioned a while back. The beach house. He laughed. You mean the one in Clearwater? You still thinking about that for your bachelor weekend? If the offer's still good, it's better than good. Take it. I'll even have the boat cleaned for you. Lillian can fill the fridge. You deserve a proper break before the big day. Thanks, Harold. That means a lot. He paused. Christine all set for her trip? Oh yeah, I said, keeping my tone light. She's excited. I bet, he said, chuckling. You boys behave better than those girls will, I'm sure. When I hung up, I felt that same quiet steadiness again. Not anger, not revenge, just a decision settling into place. That night, I told Victor and two of our friends, Evan and Martin. We're doing the beach house next month. Just us, a grill, and the water. I had no interest in revenge or competition. I just wanted her actions to speak for themselves, and they would soon enough. By the end of that week, the beach house was confirmed, the boat was ready, and my bags were half packed. Christine thought she had freedom. She didn't realize I had something better. Clarity. Christine left early on a Tuesday morning, dragging a pink suitcase that probably weighed more than she did. Sure you're okay with this? She asked one last time, her tone daring me to say no. Of course, I said. Have fun, Christine. She hesitated, waiting for a reaction that never came. Then she shrugged and left. I waited exactly 4 hours after her flight took off before posting a photo on Instagram. It was me and the guys standing in front of Harold and Lillian's beach house, beers in hand, the ocean glinting behind us. The caption read, Bachelor weekend begins. Big thanks to my amazing future in-laws for the setup. I tagged both of them. The first call came 5 minutes later. Christine. I ignored it. Then a text, What the hell are you doing at my parents' house? I typed back, Having my bachelor weekend. Your dad insisted. Another message popped up immediately. You're so petty. You did this to get back at me. No, I replied. I did it to relax. You're in Cancun, right? Enjoy. Then I put my phone face down and grabbed a beer. By the end of that afternoon, Lillian had already posted photos of us grilling on the deck. So happy to have Ronald and the boys using our home, she wrote. Such respectful young men. The comments poured in. What a great son-in-law. Christine is so lucky. Meanwhile, across the ocean, Christine's Cancun feed started filling up. Pool selfies, beach cocktails, dancing with shirtless strangers. Then her friend Elena posted a short clip. Christine on stage, laughing, with a man wearing little more than body paint giving her a lap dance. The caption read, "Bachelorette goals." I didn't say a word. I didn't have to. When Harold saw the video later that night, he said, "Son, I hope you're not seeing what I'm seeing." I answered honestly, "I am. Don't worry about me. I'm just fishing in peace." By day 3, the situation had taken on a life of its own. Lillian, bless her heart, couldn't stop posting. Breakfast on the patio, Ronald and the boys helping clean up. A photo of me steering Harold's boat with the caption, "He's already part of the family." Then came the turning point. A family friend commented under one of Lillian's posts, "Where's Christine?" I thought they were both celebrating this week. Nora, Christine's cousin, jumped in almost too fast. "She's in Cancun. Look at how much fun she is having." And she attached a short video, the same one from Elena's story. Christine on stage, laughing while a half-naked man spun her around, her hands on him. Within minutes, the clip spread through the family group chat like wildfire. That evening, Harold said to me, "Ronald, I'm sorry about what we saw." "Don't be," I said. "You didn't do anything wrong." He sighed. "I can't believe my daughter thought this was appropriate. We raised her better than that." "She's free to make her choices," I said quietly. "But choices have weight." There was a long pause. "You really are handling this with class," Harold said. "Most men would have blown up." "Getting angry doesn't change anything," I replied. He exhaled. "You're right." Lillian's heartbroken. "We'll talk to Christine when she gets back." After an hour, I checked my phone. 32 missed calls from Christine. I finally picked up the next one. Her voice was sharp, panicked. "You turned my parents against me." "I didn't have to," I said. "They have eyes, Christine. You planned this. You did it on purpose." I laughed once, quietly. "No, Christine. You did." She started crying, saying she was drunk. It was just for fun, and that I was overreacting. I let her talk until she ran out of words. Then I said, "We'll talk when you're back. Until then, enjoy Cancun." Then I hung up. By Sunday morning, I had already returned from the beach house. The first thing I did after coming back was changing locks. Christine came back that night. I didn't go to the airport. Instead, I sat on the couch, waiting for her to realize the front door wouldn't open. At 8:30 p.m., my phone buzzed. "Why is my key not working?" I texted back. "Change the locks. Security issue." She called immediately. "Security issue?" she shouted on the phone. "Are you serious?" "Very. You've been unsafe in a lot of ways lately." "That's ridiculous," she snapped. "It was a party, Ronald. Everyone does that. Not everyone does it on camera while their fiancé is watching. That video wasn't what it looked like. It looked like a lap dance. It looked like you forgot you were engaged." She started crying again, not the soft kind, the angry kind that comes from realizing the game's over. "You can't just throw away everything we've built over one mistake. Christine, this wasn't about Cancun. It's about respect. You make decisions for both of us and then call me controlling when I question them. You lie, you twist things, and when you get caught, you play the victim." "I'm done." Her voice dropped to a whisper. "You called off the wedding?" "Yes, everyone knows. Your parents agreed it's for the best." "You can't do that to me," she replied. "I didn't do anything to you," I said calmly. "You did this to yourself." Then I hung up. By Monday morning, the story had already spread. Christine's cousin Nora had quietly told half the family group chat that the wedding was off, and someone screenshotted her Cancun video before it disappeared. Christine didn't take it well. She posted a long message on Instagram that started with, "Sometimes people pretend to be supportive while secretly trying to destroy you." She claimed I'd manipulated her parents, made her look bad, and weaponized social media against her. I didn't reply. I didn't need to. Within an hour, Nora commented, "Christine, don't lie. We all saw the video." Then Elena, her friend from the trip, added, "We told you to calm down that night. You didn't listen." But the comment that ended it came from Harold himself. "Ronald handled this with more dignity than anyone could. Please stop embarrassing yourself." Christine deleted the post 10 minutes later. That night, she tried a different approach. She texted Victor, claiming I was having a breakdown and needed help. He sent me a screenshot with one line. "She's losing it." I just wrote back, "Let her." Next day, I got a call from Lillian. "Ronald, we're covering all the cancellation fees," she said. "You don't owe a cent." "I can handle my part," I said. "No," she replied firmly. "You did nothing wrong. It's our responsibility. We're also returning your parents' contribution." Harold insists. I thanked her, though part of me felt bad, not for Christine, but for them. They'd spent years excusing her behavior, and now they were the ones paying for it. By the end of the week, Christine had blocked half her family, unfollowed everyone who disagreed with her, and posted a quote about finding peace away from toxic people. The months that followed were quiet, at least for me. For Christine, they weren't. She moved back into her parents' house, though from what Harold told me, it wasn't a warm homecoming. Lillian barely spoke to her for weeks, and Harold kept his distance. They'd started going to counseling, mostly to figure out how they'd raised a daughter who could lie to their faces and still expect sympathy. Christine tried to rebuild her image online. New profile picture, new captions. Growth is painful but necessary. She followed fitness influencers and posted smoothies like nothing had happened. But people remembered. The moment she posted anything cheerful, someone would comment, "Cancun?" and it would all collapse again. 3 months after the wedding that wasn't, Harold invited me to golf. Somewhere between holes, he told me, "She's seeing some gym trainer now. He's the kind of guy who calls every woman babe. We've warned her, but she doesn't listen." I just nodded. Sometimes people need to fall twice to learn. Meanwhile, I had started seeing someone. Nothing serious yet, just dinners and long talks with a woman named Maya. She was calm, straightforward, the opposite of chaos. At that point, I realized something simple. Peace doesn't make noise. And Christine had never understood silence. 6 months later, everything felt settled. The noise had faded. The phone stopped lighting up with drama. I had a new routine: work, gym, dinners with Maya, golf with Harold every other Saturday. Life had found its rhythm again. One afternoon, Harold handed me an envelope. "That's the last of the refunds from the wedding vendors," he said. "We wanted to close that chapter properly." "You didn't have to do that," I said. "I know," he replied, "but we needed to. You've shown more respect to our family than Christine did." We teed off in silence after that. I think that was his way of saying he was grateful. A few weeks later, Christine messaged me for the first time since she left. The text was short. "Do you ever miss me?" I looked at it for a minute before replying. "I miss who I thought you were." She didn't respond. Later, Harold mentioned she'd been staying out late again, arguing with Lillian about everything. The gym trainer had already moved on. She was still living in her old room, trying to convince everyone she was rebuilding. But the truth was, she'd lost her foundation: trust, respect, reputation, and didn't know how to start over. As for me, I didn't feel angry anymore, just distant. The anger had burned itself out months ago, replaced by something steadier: clarity. One night after dinner, Maya asked about my past. I told her the short version: a woman who wanted all the freedom, but none of the accountability. Maya just nodded and said, "You must have learned a lot." "I did," I said, "mostly about what not to tolerate." When I drove home later, I thought about how it had all started. Christine laughing in our kitchen, saying, "Don't be controlling, Ronald." Back then, I thought letting things go meant keeping the peace. I was wrong. Sometimes letting go isn't about surrender. It's about release from people who mistake kindness for weakness. Christine thought she was taking control by going to Cancun. She didn't see that I'd already let go. And that's what freedom really is: not getting even, just walking away without needing to explain. Thank you for watching.